Frontline with Kwekwanan, only on CTV.
For several decades, the law has found itself in conflict with religious practice, largely due to the reckless handling of prophecies by some members of the clergy and the blatant abuse of the fundamental rights of their followers. This troubling trend reached critical points under the tenure of former Inspector General of Police Dr. George Owusu Bempa, when the stringent directives were issued, most notably the declaration that so-called men of God should not issue prophecies in the year 2020, while intended to restore public order. Tonight, we take a piercing look at the growing disturbances between prophecy and the law and the implications for spewing this, plus the build-up into the lifestyle of the self-styled, acclaimed, self-imposed, notorious fake Isaac Owusu Bempa. Of course, on the nation's biggest investigative magazine show, The Frontline. I am Kweku Anan, and of course tonight we are descending, of course, from the very HQ here in the studios of CTV. Across dozens tonight are ready to pick the feed. We start with our very own live tonight in Sunyani on the 88.1 FM. In Western region, the feed is on Tadi 99.1 FM. And of course, the information across London. London is picking it on GOB Broadcasting on modernghana.com and TuneIn. And of course, the information superhighway tonight is blazing on two channels, my CTV-GH and the Frontline Ghana. My CTV-GH and the Frontline Ghana, respectively, both tonight at work. Plus, the interactive segment on the WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. Hey guys, drop my WhatsApp console. I need to read messages tonight. Producer, do well. Drop my phone, folks. Tonight is what is the 15th of December 2025. How many more days to go to Christmas? Go for Christmas. About 10 days, I guess. About 10 days to go, right? Sure. Let's see how that goes. 10 days is going to be something unprecedented, quite shocking. It's going to be deep stuff. Just call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. And the remaining days ahead of us, try that you would watch our show. You will, and then you know all that there is to that you need to know. As the front line, of course, becomes your reliable news and your reference point, because you are what you view and what you listen to. Folks, tonight, something special edition coming to you. And what is the issue tonight? We are going to look at what you call prophecy and the law. What does that mean? Prophecy and the law. Yeah. This is a, troubling situation. I call it the great controversy that continues to stir. And of course, it's like we are refusing to address this concern for whatever reason. Every year, the month of December is the month that, of course, takes off or closes the year. But then the most very disturbing aspect or part of this month called December is also the month that some self-styled, self-acclaimed, self-imposed, fake men of God pour out there in their numbers, and only to what? Lure their members into a gathering and then hypnotize them, pour falsification, lies onto them, all about what? Into the next year, and forecast lies, fake falsification and all manners of things onto the people. And most oftentimes you don't see that, they're prophesying about, we are going to this, or anything profitable to what? Families, anything profitable to what? Nation. All the prophecies that they buy at the very 31st of the December are prophecies that what? Scare scarce families, prophecies that were scarce group of people, prophecies that scare families, and then nation as a whole. Why? Yet we have laws, we have fundamental laws in this country that takes care beyond this. Beyond all. But we say no, we aren't ready to crack the law, to crack the whip, to eradicate this what masqueraders, this what ragamuffins, this what rascals, rats, rogues, who are all over our society. By close of day, when you sit down and you measure, what is it at Ghana we've done? Nothing. In terms of job and employment, nothing. But we can allow these unscrupulous rogues, thieves, and criminals to flood all over the country. And what do? They're opening small what? Churches. And then siphoning money from the people. This is what they do. And many of the prophecies that they go around spew this garbage to the people, tend to put the people into what? Into fear. Because their modus operandi and their whole motive is to ensure that the whole nation, people become what? Afraid of them, so they can control and manipulate the system. This is what they are doing too. And folks, the most sad and regrettable part of this is that you are only seeing this in the whole continent. You are seeing it predominantly in where? In Africa. And I think Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Kenya, these countries are the countries that are leading this foolishness in this very continent, Africa. And that's the most regrettable part. Folks, tonight, the legal luminaries will join us. And who is this legal luminary? A big one. Will join us to give us tutorial where the law begins and where it ends, and where prophecy begins and where it ends. And can prophecy be caught in the crossfire of what? Of the law? The answer will be coming. Plus, a build-up into the lifestyle. Because you know what? The build-up into the frontline upcoming expose, we were doing it in a different way. But before we could say Jack, one among fake men of God in this country decided that no, I want you to use me for the build-up so that you can expose me in grand style and let the world know that yes, this is the reason why your expose must come. So folks, what do we do? Now, many of you are quite aware, quite superfluous, right? Quite superfluous that the self-style, the self-acclaim, the self-imposed, notorious, fake Isaac Owusu Bempa, the general overseer of which church? Glorious Power Ministry International is in the crossfire. Folks, tonight is going to be another splendid thing. Folks, let's get started. It was your name here and a dreamy break crowd. But let's see how things go. Now, and I dream come ye bedi and say be waso na hwe de ebekọ mesrewo be waso na tie de me no bedi nkoma me no bedi de hia papa e kire say wo hwe afimuni na 365 days no. The only month eye the bronya pepon bosom no mu eno e close to the year. Eno so na asofo bia wonom wo memu a akromfo adadafo na brabafo yempe wiye nti sabre no eno mo bobo Ghana fo ni na no na nya Ghana nko o many African nations they cause one unhu we e the global south unhu sa and some funny jimmy nyomo no mo ye in the global north or even the global west. No, because we near daje they are using their brains to think womo de omadwini ye adwuma womo de omadwini ye development womo de omadwini tumrika e chase the next world. Woman Demirika chase the next AI, the artificial intelligence we are seeing eba. And yet Jimmy nwa nin some four akromfo na braba 40 size ko Owusu Bempa no eye o Ghana no wo ma hwe aka politicians abom and o mayam so no yen ye better na ya decision makers na ya kire Ghana for say ene ye pese o man ne ko nti de bia wo mo de onyankopon di gusu saa onyankopon ni nyankopon si o nti hwe wo mo ye dede ni na ewie no afini be soma wakọ ahomje makọje wa home no na o magade ye na akọhye dan baakum ho no mo be ka kire se nyankopon se omra no meka sa nkire and that is the 31st no oho eno mo ba ebe hye stupid foolish esisiasam enkomhye edema Ghana for any the whole nation na hwe enkomhye na omo hye no wo mo hye no ye toto ebusuan ntem ye toto enuanom ntem ye toto ebusuan ntem wo mo wia na omo de fear and panic na omo de ato omani na so na omo kọ na wo kọhwe omo a bebre hu fi omo hu poto very dirty people na ya mom kwan se omo ni se adwuma na ne ne bisa na dwi se anso emre bi wo ho a ekutia sa anyome ya na se emre no emre wo ho pa. So tonight ye baba hwe the prophecy and the law everybody and a prophecy betinye betwem e wo mra nanimu a emra ne be kine hey gina ho na brebe na esi e test sa de no na obiara osofo bi obehye nkom basa Ghanaians manoso beti obiara obeti matam de na court omra court no meyi no ho no na no next year ene ye be sa crusade no na fi o mu say sa Jimmy stupidity false adada no mo kro no ene sa wo mu fake enkom sha Owusu Bempa eda pono so a sesi ada so aye hia what time unim nipa say o mu go abonte o mu ye edwuma ma Owusu Bempa me I've lost count me just wo hu bi nipa wo mu gu social media no so a wo mu ye edwuma is Owusu Bempa nya asem keto o in their numbers but so be friends wa na obedi ne kura and ever since we started this I only come 3 times in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Me was so many avenues, blocks. I met Naswa. Money throughout the whole week. A discipline on the Alsatian dogs, Nascals, Nerats, Rots, Ragamuffins. We can go your Biblia, or the pen was some about the word Radia Crescibempa. Or the pen was some about the word Ragam, also, so says a Ragamuffins, whatever. No, boy, the how by then. Mina me bomb west. Mina me give him come. Mina me microphone me give him come. Over by then. Once we go when you must say. Once we go when you must say, you be in disgrace. There are Antony Canada, a radius, and it me de, you can say, me your share at home to I have empowered your Alsatian dogs, your lunatics. So when you enter me, make I want it. I said that thing with the very beginning of events exercise. We want it. Yes, it will maintain Christmas will be kind of also need Christmas. Me correct you. The reason is that kweku me omrante na de omoye no ye ma me kwama me ngohwe bi wo mo me mrante ne tena se na omo ma ye omo script we ye hia ya no mo fast ya no mo ya no ma enwan no ya no ndam odlam koku fo no ya no ma wo ndam aba yama me kwan se mimbe yi ano because you see G phobia saying yes need this is the Pechini was I don't know I'm trying to remember the name except the Pechini is it Pechini? No, I don't think so. I think it's Bejimi Wejianas other Pechini was or something like that. Only another already so muti ho ye dede. But you know why? I mean kaka se binjo. Enemo we no oh you see much it. On the line. First expose on two. When you win them on guy. When you win them any partner on my room, including say, one day, any day, to me go so. And so I'm and I met her Maseba be share see for free. It is some who came to see there. It doesn't the way it doesn't take out. The more we are the more so we are share me empower me more. Ezeziano wo mu dom no ma doso. Wo ma doso. But one person, one. But system no so the line show a package go be by what content developers bloggers yo meduma folks and agree message be a young come sha apai the notorious Owusu Bempa they be to home Ghana for di mwatro nenne osan hohoro ne nsa hohoro na no ye no se ogwama na nso we paku we dimrika ko gina John Mahama echi say John Mahama any elect no because no what then we nya report tibia ono so wo hwe media no yen ni tie no na chese no ordinam ye the prophecy again some of them especially regards to no say election we have never we fast no be say Bempa only people say how many years ne e ba me saying those are kind of person analysis Ghanaians person better say analysis so e be some say no Owusu Bempa kra dey na ye ma otumi oni MPP fo nya that sudden problem ne sa e ma need to train ho ne credibility was at stake in Quebec kana no atu mo there be getentini ni ya funu and ordinam pa and odimika no ko yin si wo e bra no dey ndisi fo na fa pa bi so won say wo mo hwehwe na dem ase Oshe yahu ekwan etnipa we di NPP for nachi asom kom yes mu say e ba ne say e won NPP for niya problem na so no manya problem so ene na dwen say yes now you a man of God that we here with dwuma it is about Owusu Bempa ene dwuma oyo but odidi wo enkom hye no a obe prophesy ama MPP or NDC look at him a lunatic Obedidi was uncommissioned, so I'm Professor Mendy. I saw Professor MPP answer with Didi. We answer with Didi. Don't. Now shut it down. Jeremiah 14:14, and then the member scriptures. Also, then the Lord said, these prophets are what? Telling lies in my name. I did not send them or tell them to speak. I did not give them any message. They prophesy of what? Visions and revelations they have never seen or heard. They speak foolishness made up in their what? Own lying hearts. Me use words if I'm I sound abusive. When you mean down. Also what? They speak what? Foolishness. Womuka said Jimiamu. Yamina make up Bible in Eka. Guys. Yo. Bema may you know enkwosoro kakra na heat ni ya dosan we dem yi we ni free skin so folks and I doing some over pa until they brace yourself a lot is coming up enti ye behwe prophecy and the law ehimfa ene mra no ene prophecy eboebra but won say asofo no bebre including Bempa no enam say foolishly stupidly woman go school ninti woman sorry they want to make prophecy more superior, they want to make prophecy more supreme than the law. Animals and more for the dinner now so one prophecy so a down tonight lawyer and baba betra no we design common more asofono including Bempa and waste on the body be mekatro weekend and say opa my man sma Enoch manem ranafa blackboard isi wo non chiro o say ragamuffin tie I mean chiro what dear ragamuffin can mean tie yes ragamuffin say what to here learn many time masman man great guys tonight Medimura Aptness Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Biogas Expert Engineers. Now, Biogas Expert for and Mr. Momami Modiru and Fayed Dana Yesi no Kweku. I'm a senior project events and manager of Biogas Expert Engineers. Every am no kasi. So who pay baby duty ato Christmas mu ayekwe. So pay baby pa duty ato Kweku. I can give you a place to live. another Jimmy for lunatic be ne boy be that same guy no you see a friend is a big Jimmy is a bitch you know oh you know baby or no describe this now only baby amete do you know places I committee I live in many places no way was seeing Jimmy for lunatic I brand to be a person me bony din keke but I won't mention your name places kweku I live are many and several common Ghanaian crowd to say kweku we doing the as an investigative journalist do you know the places I live. But show baby, me tia. You don't even believe that that's where I live. But I have a reason why I'm living there and other places. Akwato di dim komo. Jimmy, Brian, me ton dying. Oh, bodam. A fool who nimi nyansa. But the amu ye biano sono. Nyame ench me shamo. When yami dimu yesu dinimu. When ye jumano. Great. So folks, my mentor me advert also. With them big trip. Open down part what 3 bedrooms beautiful. Okay? Me can a briho a briho and then I made 2 screens on the same area precisely pediatric lodge you kind of saying a year 300 houses and you ABC or mokaya but I know there you go sit and then but when a jada so we a breeze school no nenche baby sa a ho and a wo ufren ya betro we are just 3 bedroom very beautiful building 3 bedroom na jack a more of feye inside na wash the interior no decoration we a living room only mo sa obehu e beba be fawa de wako fence a bedroom or I say in a living room and a straight there no a baby friend saying your baby fee no baby aduane and I say housemaid no or better living room a fence bedroom na me do it no I have bedroom all right we in a bedroom I tell you guys the whole Accra one of the best places serene environment here come wasema unya ne baby not easily gone not airport west not cantonment a bree area obi anim se kwa kumidi ni kre I'm telling you. Even though the entire atmosphere in the capital is polluted, but I tell you guys, a briho a kama environment in here fine. A down we member be mwatinem kamwati and kwasu din bia $280,000 Miss Slow. The ebetimi ayamo manaye easy ne say. Uba ye bema what's it called payment schedule. Payment schedule no utia be too hot. Near access now for your payment plan now this is a very powerful 3-bedroom house a gated and at the same time so a science one is self compound no uomwa bibia betimi park cars be say fence saying a dukra and access and ewo problem be anyhow in so bibia come self compound bibia what essentially gated so of course I can guarantee you security all right maybe bibia come a 301 na ye ba be seen 150 left 150 right and also so air cost but we need here ye wia esiwa obi bebre special abrochire for all be fee na opedan aton in tentem ntire metimi aya ma na say bomodin na ye den na obefre ye biogas expert for ye bejo so tentem o hwe ye numbers na good screen this guys mo fa na manimra enim kakra na ye nya de tentem what bomodin we ye jasu I offer biogas expert for no 055 589 3001 and 054 0546 205377 Mississippi 0546 205377 and 055 589 3001 bomodena contact here now o contact here offer no be amfa the 2 numbers ni now WhatsApp so the obetia say ja WhatsApp audio and I say voice recording so emaye baby awo bia no ya be frel back near any wedding come because many times all the if I say my phone no your cost site what you say mepe na kwaku mitna ha mesumi medwa apart from the mayor no I'm a senior project member of this company no obi antimi na ada obi antimi deceive you and of course mo so a enam me so to efie we bi ni ade a mutua na kakra ka munni mo ho utumi di sa dance na kire woni okay na wa baby atna emana kama right biogas expert for the bia me body ra me chem kwanya ibitimi ayema ni simple and efie ni si hukuntan o feel say bia efie we de ne bo be de da bi unkodi kom ene oben si e be ni easy e de amount e ma wo so wetimi adem wetimi nya baby na why then Great. Now, up next, politics of today. Tonight on Politics of Today, we take a sharp and critical look at the prophecy and the law and the circumstances under which religious pronouncement came into conflict with the laws of the land. The laws were written by all of us. And yes, self masquerade kakabo to be kwaso fobi abu shankom basa na mrani kasetia na mo kaya IGP ba ko twem ko na wan ye bibia kra me yesi yemfem na abodin no we die wan fan ka me Ghana for mo be kaya o titan law no ma so fobi aso ye hye Ghana ha oho na mi hu bebre 99 0.19. Look at them, lunatics. I said that personal question. Only same be a crumb for me. They contact journalists, they contact doctors, they contact military affairs, security service agents, they contact all sorts of people. And I'm giving transfer the money about the Shenko. How many message? 31st, me so many message. Obi signboard me be ya watchra ashes so 31st prophetic day animals. Animals. That, but you know what? Constitutionally, and it's a constitutionally and a secular state governed by the rule of law. When no individual, regardless of your religious standing, is above the law, yet the growing influence of prophetic declarations, some of which have allegedly infringed on the rights of citizens and threatened public order, has raised serious legal and national security concerns. What share prophecies ni bia omudia totoa e de wo how e de atete bi ene ade boni bi dia bre ebusua ahodo ene ebusua ahodo bebre including the nation hwe na nua yete ho ba ko na me de mamo no na nua yete ho in the month of what helicopter akwa crash Ghana for say ye den ene fine behwe Masofwe dimirika gidi. Senya John Mahama in his wisdom and or ye decree. Memfan say a decree to stop all of these animals from doing what they are doing. She said within a space of time, no way free. Just say some obie Canadian. Hey, I feel you won't take your opportunity no. Edia beka the enemy kura. There and there, John Mahama said I want the Elvis free anchor base was a who be our office or professional. Na kokansa assemblage. Nenumpo no. Ya the Elvis free anchor see was obi anko kana assemblage. Bisa say nipa dodo was saying and akwa Elvis wo. Mo de woni Elvis free anchor friend bisa no. Bisa ne say nipa dodo was saying e mu asefo e dwentifo. Eno na script an ye den ehwe me wie me advert no. Mo famra. Ena script an no. Ya dadafo atorofo nyame fremo Simon and I'm telling you daddy we all daddy and you when I'm correct Jeremiah 14:14 also then the Lord said these prophets are telling lies in my name I did not send them or tell them to speak also na me rade men frɛ wɔnom yo na men ka sɛ wɔnom so yɛ den emme kasa enemy din also they prophesy of visions and revelations they have never seen or heard. Or say na wɔnom hyɛ nkɔm a wɔn fa wɔn mani wɔn aso emfe hunye o enteye they speak what foolishness made up in their own lying heart. Or say na wɔn kasa ejimie mu ene wɔn akoma a edi wɔn di ekyire ɛna wɔn de kasa nye kwekwa na America ho saith the Lord of hosts. Bible no use the word foolishness. Ghanaians, make us say me say this exercise where I may Ghana form fan chemi, because you are going to hear certain unprintable words, but that's how I should. Because one when me see opinion no sa na ese me yom ebi na me quote to Bible no de akere no nye me enfiri me bebre free Bible no. Now tonight we interrogate where freedom of religion ends and where the law begins. Who regulates prophecies? Can revelations override state authority? And how should the law respond when prophecy crosses into legality? Or say, how should the law respond when prophecy crosses into legality? Obisa say, enti ebetime regulate prophecies ana. Ebio say prophecy across odi emranmu or say dey NSS. But my software, almost including this crook, self-style, notorious Owusu Bempa, we're breaking law several overly. With those less prophecies, on the better to Ghana, Nina, politicians, Nini, now so many take care of him. I feel they say the politician will be afraid. Hey, Kwaku, I say, me, I know what you, Kwaku, hey, we got somebody there, see a man a second thought, oh, hey, Charlie, I'm say, okay, as someone casa politicians. But before we go deeper, let me take you into the build-up to the frontline investigations into our frontline investigations tonight. Our focus is on the acclaimed, self-imposed, notorious Owusu Bempa, the general overseer of glorious Power Ministry International, and his dubious and highly questionable narrative. He is ascribed as what? A form of religious what? Captivity. Answer the law versus the prophecy. No? The build-up into frontline investigation at Airbus next year. From nowhere. Ghana for name. On can't build up here, me ye. 2, you think me more yet. 3, meaning no. But for whatever the reason is, for the 2 weeks here, be be frame me or threaten me or no baby you shoot or be body be say my most I didn't have you because it you know and the software of my ube bahano what they brand here train wa and you try baby and one know are there chinya na sa Owusu Bempa akofre a presenter Fifi Pratt so me frame no kan kire me say ono ni mi ni asem bia on small bia say hey now one can say the intina one frame yin ni sa nkomo and no me dey twere ho nye problem enu twa mu a chinya na Owusu Bempa we fake Owusu Bempa we emu a omugu na se a omo mediane enkinaman kokuo enkrense mokua nankafo ami kafa tele na tidie etamejana da da for Owusu Bempa na bebe Emranti what's the Emranti bi ne wo ho Emranti bi o hwe Emranti bi ne wo sisi ne wo ye pibi ade wo kiti ho obi se make up of bebre and me use answer na no amom hwe Emranti bi ne wo ho make ne wo kiti ho enkranti bi amoku afu bi a wo ye pi basabasa Emranti bi wo ho fia wo goro na wo twe afimu wo ho li inferior inom mwasifu bi today wa betra wo didi kwekwa na atem the how my moden na ma fa link ne dia ma Owusu Bempa je 2 men oni ame ya no bona me ye ya de me fa link ne de ma de je ne 2 men no to because me come dem say bloggers be now know what time is it. Me come into a day in a woman in what to see be shama roba. Na make fraud J. Na you want kasa Owusu Bempa say, hey, Debbie. I feel crying maybe ye to man more. The master work and way what can he pseudo and now what can we ye p massive lunatics. But you know what? Home renting should know, including you. Bible now can we him for John chapter 8 verse 1 verse 44. Eba sam no ho. Ot in the one nara wenja. Your for your daddy. Their father is what? It's a liar and a deceiver and a down. You are the children of your father, the devil, and you love to do the evil. What? Remember, from the beginning, he has always said the truth. What am I mentioning? For you are the children of your father, the devil. Or say, now ayo bonsam. Owusu Bempa manmuntie Jimmy for bet you or whatever. Abuma boba to say one. Wo to one another animal and nidin. Eda mebo or you completely we are. Man is coming, man is scared, no mamma and Adrian because Oba me ho and to the same thing. I didn't know him from anywhere, but Oba the two TV also become me I expose him. Not one chrono, then the bonia on your sofa only be a dear real, Quacudia me and Bonia Mayo New Yasian say. Many times, Samuel Quacu me banner too. At the exposition, I wasn't driving. Anybody who knows this know. Ebra yeah exposition, man drive you. No, I packed my cars. Enti me ba me pon na ma fa Uber. Na sa brante ya ne. Ma contract oni ni so yi. Ne ho fun na nim tantantan te se afi no ofin samampo ma wo ba manipa ma che wa asase we zui. Wono this rascal despicable repugnant wo ba ye wia na me Uber no na ma me na tre Uber no. Me de na tre know where I was staying, you know. But of course, me didn't call only one piece or and who say hey, but he didn't know other places, and I have my reasons for that. Yeah, as a journalist of my sort, do you want me to disclose places I live and where I stay to do my things? Anymore, a massive what to say, a massive for also what control go with me. I can even stay under the bridge. What circle? Easy and comfortable, and you don't know. And massive for me told than you. But I what we Jimmy na wunnim yansa na ura and I made funny say about me funny say roughly about a month if not. Not the same animal no jira did ni we yatemu. But and I'm so one of those outstation dogs. If you see a rent in the beka ho near the year man. Now, my mom small history about this animal. Onye nipa unhua. Enti Kennedy Japan wo fa ase. Wa America friend is ono. Ni old number bi ne o de ba ese kwaku. Fetu dwana nipa meboa abranti. Na no ho omobo yi. Ya. Ti ejidi sika kakra. Ya obi onim kwaku na nim se kwaku. I have used one number for more than 20 years, it got 30 years. If Emro a new 30 years, and me minimum connectivity or my phone way so. Unya. Me number way me two just say I check I say minimum was so for more than 20 years. Me free net 6 years. Yeah, minibi, and that's the truth. Minibi was so. And see, Abrante Canada Japan was see Emma. Ye de number to wa afi nipa start so mu dis keba ono na no okura o manage bibia enti sika no eduru ba bi kakra no ni din ye de yo but yam fe sika ni na ama no what did we do because no obi aba abetena program so okọ e no no bai you know odi bi ma no e no odi bi ma sa brantie no so pa na edi si ho owie ono ne search na so okọ no on person obeko no na adwin says still I feel baby aduru no the contemplate when that da and odi be real program and I can Japan mama signal say ya brand any free Jimmy for yini free na me yini for. Now guess what? He now comes to tell me say Opeso to quanti Canada Japan min try na min fan who can na can em one na so obey visa manual so whatever na me no wait. Agree be different from this but so what this anamu a opese utuo di tu kwan no enti na wo de ba and wait ko ya bote papa no be hunu a not now we dwuma akọ enu an weku ma ya bono obi ase di ensida enti de bi onam e na kwekwa na di sika na odi ye e na kwekwa na nkọ di sika wa sofo aboasefo te se o emuasefo ma kan Mufa sofo ni dimra sofo biara ose kwekwa na gini sika no feb ni dimra na mufa ne somra omuntimi yeda 600 years ye wo ma drami wo ma disago ye die wo mo ya no mo di si no mo ko sa entimunim guys anytime bia me fa wuba na me kwa na me di na tena ka anim me di tremu a na mesi na mama wuba na sana ote Venezuela or a mokanizing. You say guest house was a deal. Guest house be wo baby him found. And he thought to say, maybe I didn't go right now. He thought where the base. Yes, it's my base. Me yeminyoma. And other places. Say be I didn't the western part. And I said the eastern part of Accra. And Chodnina Baby dim commande. Man for now corner back who can and no. A rogue, a rats. Ragamuffin, despicably repugnant fellow, or to walk as a for. Now, we best says we are sister who soon am quite mobile. As often I do, making Momon Payama, so I'm on Paya Papa Pebidia. All because Mura a dada for Mura, no, John 8, verse 44. Mufra kai momo wa Mura no. Yeah. Mura, all the allies of Bempano, mo verse na mo papa ye. O se mo na mo ye mano. O se na mo ja aya bonsamba. And you love to do evil things he does. Na mo so mo ye boni any a friend say mo ye boni a eti se de mo ja ne ye ne pepepe. Ehya sa na tie. Look at Isaac Owusu Bempa. The oye any me only mo kasa na nantem say ya ke ni mranti a wo mu go social media no so a nipa ba ko kwanan me nko a o me nko a 1,000 hwe mo ja na me describe no or say he was a murderer from the beginning where nipa kumfo from Ashase Owusu Bempa nkoma wa ni nyara ayan komo edi nipa wu gegentini wa dwini adwuma afi woto aso a oh mo fam na mo de kwa himfa afi say he has always hated the truth because there is no truth in him or say na ochi ne kura no because ne kura enini ono ne kura abunza ho or say when he lies it is consistent with his what character not true any ne na braba sem et say nisu ene ne ban afi oto aso say for he is a liar and the father of lies we trufo we dada ni Isaac Owusu Bempa nie and na abekire mo no so ho animals na mugu ne echi no munie mo papa and na abeto no now folks indeed the attention of the front line has been drawn to one recurring concern that our presentation contains what is described as too much English, particularly at this crucial moment when the self-styled Owusu Bempa is being exposed. Enipa bi kasa wa bonten wo se kwaku se brofo na mu ni dia Isaac Owusu Bempa kra ye odu abrami o no ye odu brede bia o ye odu brede bia o and watching the show. But more than a corner, common and kakra. There's one thing I need to say, and I'm not saying this to offend anybody. The whole Ghana will be any. When it comes to business, it is for the Kwus and the Ashantis. When it comes to education, it's for the Fantis, and don't try to whip that away. That is the idiosyncrasy of the Fantis. Fantini kasebia obeka said on fan a bro from But then, may I again say and emphasize a point, and emphasis is mine. Not because, but what am I making? However, the response to that concern is simple and straightforward. The front line is what? It's a program described as what? Global Public Square. Listen, me say a global public square, GPS. Our viewers and our listeners are not confined to Ghana alone, but span across the world, all of whom have keen interest in understanding the investigation we undertake and the facts we publish. The American have you what here. Etimuna musi one kweku ba and kweku yes please me patrol. First of all, let me again emphasize this point for the second time. The emphasis is mine. And you're blogging here. This is a mainstream television, CTV for that matter. Anyway, you try. I say, Bia, or whatever it is, but please, with respect, don't try this. Program way, and you see it here, and your program is only have interest in what we are doing, because this program is also what? GPS, Global Public Square. They make a motive here. A biome. And I'm saying essential investigative magazine show. Trending issues we discuss. A investigative magazine show. And Tinyasa me betra. And now because of Owusu Bempa, the South Star rascal, rats, rock, ragamuffin, crook, a despicable indeed and repugnant. My goodness, man. Hey, better push off. Momran temuba munfa evidence na mekasa na munkasa ye na munja but come and speak facts. Animals kokuo for nkrense dabo or drum the Kenyans somebody ni pentie now the Kenyans some now the atem eh okay ba better Jimmy what's that guys it you know Owusu Bempa any Ghanaian be will follow the front line and I will follow Kwekwanan from my radio days. TV station be na abaha. That is how my content has always been. But I said, show we are not bloggers. You're bloggers. Respect. And you may be mainstream television, content wise, and you might be produce, you know, bloggers ultimate produce. And bloggers you may be a mobile producer, what about mainstream media and so on. But I never quite some materials and say blogging one ever told me happening in the mainstream media until for social media and as a mainstream media. For how many years? I've been in the mainstream media for more than 2 decades. I remain a journalist. I have worked with reputable editors, renowned editors in this country on what? Newspaper, how to write stories. I have worked with what? Radio stations are reputable radio stations, radio broadcasters in this country, like the likes of some of BBC, Coffee some of UN Radio in New York City, and many more. This is me. Again, I have also what? Worked with I had my first TV station. Netunya me first TV station because you don't know. Okay? I'm a full ping-pong media guy. Many times you will not get me. I can't be there. And in the program, the responses to Owusu Bempa, me pagana for Chelsea, mama me crying. Na me behaving like his boys. Oh yes. My pagana for Chelsea, allow me to behave like his boys because I can give him more than 10 times measure than his boys. Or per se you call rougher, I can give him rough. And more say for sir, by virtue of say when your phone is ho. And one more cries for me. Oh, bottom. Share, my friend. And the Ghana for, and you Owusu Bempa ntini ye kabrofo. Waha. And your program no, your content, and the biome our viewers and listeners span beyond the scope as a GPS platform. To me, pacho, offer me programmer, your analysis via betting ya kama. But I won't tear the biasia kweku. Media betua mesro obuni ni so. Shusha me producers or perhaps look for me. Nama min church maybe I say, but don't pretend say the kwekwana and what say so much and that you want to be open the mastercraft of my job. Therefore, obe analysis and baby in femfa. Esa obi tonu nim the ekwa. Who said no, you are trying to spew your what? Your ignorance. And that's not good enough. Okay? Because what's the meaning of the word folks? F-O-L-K-S. Folks. Won't you see it? But a very simple say but the reason you may want to know why intermittently use the word a media, unlike one of the association dots of Owusu Bempa who is sitting there telling a lies or they are true or saying journalism and you are first one you use to words be not on no opinion would you one woman sabu say chum and or two on word Jimmy or see one of those phonetics or one of those what in journalism school ben and media communication wherever Legon and Nahefa. You despicable animal. Despicable animal. You repugnant. Owusu Bempa want to create what you call what? Hegemony. He wants to create cloud of hegemony. And want to become more preponderance across the religious belt. How dare you? You want to become preponderance. For the meaning, because also the count here. Now, our language, therefore, is deliberate. It is meant to inform. Listen, it is meant to inform, contextualize. Listen to the word. Contextualize. Repeat. Contextualize and communicate these issues clearly to a global audience without compromising accuracy, responsibility, or public interest. The underlying word is what? Contextualized. Okay? And the program here, and you Bempa no be cassette. Some of the bloggers are doing fantastic and need to celebrate. I know the Yeshara de Breme, listen to this gossip update. Brother attention. Brother attention. Take my keys. You are so good. Many of the bloggers have picked the frontline show. And on where they reproduce and where they also edu omudra. Fantastic. I clap for you guys. I cannot control them. Minimum baby, but the MMS is there. Who is now on TV? Look for the officers of the front line. Be but the understanding from us. That's a we spill we ignorance. What to know be so. And so maybe any panoba be our listener. Folks, it is Masia. Owusu the only easy sao. Share. Oko can say anyo kweku. Owusu Bempa na semso na woman no modern no na Christo for the Israel my name is Hono. O Bible na okay no also omo ye onyankopon man meboa aha na so hwade omo ye Israel continue to pound Palestine and has killed many Palestinians, over millions of them, and they don't even care. So omo ye onyankopon ba wo matamfo who say omo ye matamfo yes into that na I've always advised people and you no obi de ye wa wo betimi atwa so e wo kwan bi so but not until say wo be what say enyo na say no betwa so ono ti abonti a wo di atroche nipa no come and respond to niema bi na ma niema bi yeden and the dana kwan mu come on ne je so amadachi bi obi amekasa ye ka asem we to ho na so wan kire nti ye hu de ohun ye hu de obetene we hu ase kire no this is where I could have look every day kwam sick me na mete ho no because every course no doorso it is my wish that I'll let Owusu Bempa go his way because you're destitute, despicable, repugnant, evil. The guy who has gained the notoriety of what? The notoriety of rascalness. And he wants to jump into a certain self-style hegemony, a certain self-style preponderance. Who dare you in this country? Or true 47. Now, again, Yemra Owusu. Shadio, ADBAC weekend, my attention, of course, which is the front line, has been drawn to yet another misleading and irresponsible publication by an associate of the self-styled, self-imposed, self-acclaimed, notorious Owusu Bempa. In that publication, it is said, Aikweku Anan deliberately invited one Kwame Abronye to verbally out and attack Owusu Bempa. What is asem no? Yomo can say afi me Kweku akun mete anan me mafre abrantie ya yesi e friend wan abrantie ni dindi Kwame Abronye me makwa akofre no se omra no meka me ho na yemba attack Owusu Bempa. Guys, this claim is not only false but intellectually foolishness, stupid, repugnant, and a complete dishonest. They made me a canon. A massive way. Sana Brante no. Sana Brante nenim tumna. I say you two as that boy. Oshenwa. Ubeka say his body has been exhumed. What he has here? Yes, here. Bejimi said. No, I think it's Bechi or I don't know. Bechi, Bejimi, it's almost a consonant, meboa. So we can place it on him. Bejimi, a fool, a lunatic, a repugnant fellow, good for nothing. How dare you? You said, oh, when you way. That's what the guys, my guys, I don't know, they broke many things. But I'm sure they a bit so you are no fast. Let me hear no. Yes, I'm going to come in here. Me. Onwa betra ho e ka se meme ne makofre Abronye ema meme be ka kira Abronye so omna metro support enfema me. Now guys, show indeed the clearest contradiction to this allegation comes from Owusu Bempa himself. Just this weekend he released an audio recording in which he openly questioned why I want to rope in that Kwame Abronye and for what purpose. It's a weekend in the meeting. One say, Owusu Bempa sending me message. Say, audio record no. All can say, I didn't na me kwa frɛ Abronye. They say, I de wakwa frɛ Abronye. Edina bekan to kwa na me say, jama wu boda mo. Owusu Bempa. Ene de bia me kano. De bia me de yare we. Ena me de susu. Yare we me say then you are sick of schizophrenic. Me wienso ne me define amount. Schizophrenic is a disease in which the individual becomes withdrawer, often hear voices and hallucination. Bodemini, and then I would tell now this is a bodam na wobon. When we said our body na you need what? Psychiatric observation. Can I mean I need psychiatric observation. I need to like a rhythm. Anima mwasifo. Nkrense. Now the boy says what? He dare me, say me can't we are say me nkofre wan Abronye we are buasini we are bodemini and tonight by this very moment, 5 minutes past the hour, what? 9. I dare you, come out in the next 1 minute. Control program, so now my boys in the measure, nafa audio nibra. Whoa, sa bejimio se bechino. I dare you, go. Me say, sa obekacho sa also dare me. I dare you, kona kofa abronye audio kwa me kweku anan mafra abronye so mra na omebo amayanko ntokwa. Mwasefo dwedwentifo mura ena meka na asem kire mo no e John 8:44 where dadeni where nabrebeni where otorofo monsam ema abeifo ma unye numnyam wo Ghana moso entama na momtama madeja na eda ho no nyankopon agumanimu ase kwekumu be di matem 1 million me I don't give a heck. I don't care. The only thing I know me share some obey because weekend Bempa Owusu Bempa signs message threatening me brutal. They are making their way here. See, Rade. Ahaya mu bebe. Ma ka mo pese mo baba. Weekend and all the betos na me sebra. Me do nyame. Akwesi. Unza me ka se me chiro. Ona be hu skills in karate and taekwondo is near munkika ho. Ona be hu the marine approach. Ube hu the marine. You can marines are uni marines. What the marines did that? Enya marine sasabonza marine. Enya sasabonza marine. Enya baby how did you grow? No. But so we be jina me do nyame obo so ne asase Owusu Bempa will not return home. Sure, me man ntoso miensa o. Abra wo be ye bi wo Hot FM. Neto TV, me come on no nyame asafie wo a wo boss me do nyame. Ene de medin kiaka security service of the state ne betia I've already because me makacho say for your threat kweku I'll not take you to any police or whatever it is. No, I kweku here I'll take care of you. Owusu Bempa. It me my invitation, open invitation, bra. O baby me kana sema kweku. Hey, na we suit ni ade a wo hihye de nkrofo. Unim wo di agro. You are kidding, bra. Na unim se me ball kra no eye far to me say ti say me de betwa woni so momoja de woni so na se wo to fam na wo sori biom a me show boss se wo to fam se wo be se o ma me challenge so I have more than almost an hour, bra. I invite you by the name of this show tonight. Come, one boys. Me say I give you Owusu Bempa. I challenge you and I dare you. And I'm saying we are despicably disrespectful to the rule of law in this nation. Me, mama will pass it. Come, Brazil TV, bra, and son of my pong. So when to me a ma, me invite you bio and tonight. Already no year program. And also in a quick suit here we say any idea no more. To me share that and the message suit number. Let me ria adiam de beyono. Live cameras will be on you. Now not the whole world no more show. But we say yes. Preventini Jimmy. Owusu Bempa, you good anymore say, you did not to form a tia no so I know tria say, a good winning say, Amano. Oh, bodam. Me man in Tosumia, if me man in Tosumia and sa, Quaker me fool, and Tosumia and sa. Me bored to see if your mouth should do any hospital, they will pronounce you dead. Oh, bodam. Always said they are quite on there too. Any Mugabe one of those days. Mugabe name do hotel. Now she be me so there for 1 million people, bra. The whole area is covered from Obra. Tonight, the front line uncovers the modus operandi of his ministry, the methods, the manipulation, and the machinery behind the message. Now, me person make some chills, me kwamiti. Ever since I me show you say, when we say me the blogger be coming home. No. Bloggers no mu ye adwuma ni na obi a ye ni independence job. Minimum. Abranti a me boni din a me say ne link ne den what's that? Updates, gossip update. Ni din so yem say brother attention. Minimum. I don't know them. But listen, every blogger biara Sebin previous and all per content because I say dreadie the mainstream a produce no more suffer. Ever since your shares are field we are say hey bloggers in their numbers no more so title to so no more so analysis no more they call I kweku am gine I will not call any blogger from the north, south, east, or west to come and feed me information. 2, I'll not call any blogger to do a research and bring me research materials. Me kweku. Na me eduana, I'm a mastercraft of the job. So the thing I say my friend blogger, I say blogger for information we bring. Na me what they how say the investigative journalist of my sort was how many years repute into television broadcasting, radio, newspaper. Name how I made me plug information. Say your audio, say your video, say whatever research. How? Yeah, last me ya be na me interview guy be a friend agenda. Now during the interview, some wow we are smart, ube who and we are mainstream broadcaster na unni me dwuma ma unse yeah, this is where kweku is your friend teasing, you are teasing. What agenda e can say anyo Owusu Bempa echo XYZ echo ya ade bi wo ho a eno so creative problem yo make adan me say really not that I remember oh really na the west be so do you know what that means in broadcasting munim obi tie kira na onim edwuma ma obasa kwaku jemo onim asem work on na we be say issue is how many days, weeks, months, years is it aben na me kwaku minim, but there's a good reason why I did that. There's a very good reason why we do some of these things to tease our interviewer, for him to bring his best and expose more issues. We do many of this deliberately. Mankind, but obi to baby can't say me on tears or nim sentia me yet on tears here. Me kweku research. Oh madam. Owusu Bempa. Tonight, ye babe yi enye me bi wo Bempa ho akere Ghana for. Tonight, the front line uncovers the modus operandi, but tonight we begin with yet another self-style acclaimed, self-imposed prophet hiding in Ashanti region, deceiving, lying, and duping innocent souls through what? The use of false, fabricated prophetic messages. Innocent souls, just for nothing. Ghana mra, take a listen to him. Watch him.